as a new director who knew the Morgan before, when it was closed, when it opened, for me it's been the most extraordinary experience to learn the building from inside.
Every place has a story to tell. When you design something, there's always something already there. There's a little genius of the place. The Latin used to say genius loci, the genius of the place. And you have to pick up that genius. You have to be not too arrogant. We already got that village. The house from 1850, the annex from 1920, the Mackin building from 1905.
This very brave idea, very unusual idea, you had to be very sure.
We tested the site because the schist is a very good rock at one condition, that it's not broken, that you don't have rivers going through.
Yes.
This project was a piece of surgery, urban surgery, because it was cutting down the schist, only that far away from the historical building, down 60 feet.
This idea that is so, in a way, revolutionary for the Morgan, that we look out onto Madison Avenue and that we have the entrance on the street.
Yeah.
That was not initially the plan.
We started to think about keeping the entrance on 36.
Yeah.
And we tried. You have to be pragmatic. You don't have to blow up everything necessarily. So we started like that. But it was really impossible. Impossible for many reasons. Security, number of people, accessibility, many reasons. The big challenge was to keep the spirit of Morgan, to be a place of deep thinking, a place of historical value, a place of silence. And at the same time, how can you open this to the city? How can you do the miracle? Is this possible? If you look now, what happened, that on this side, you see the traffic on Madison. If you look up, you see the Empire State Building. If you look back here, you see the backyard. You see the kind of domestic size. You have a connection to the world. I remember the day of the opening. It was 2006. I was standing here with Mr. Bloomberg, the mayor, and I was watching this traffic. And I said, Mr. Bloomberg, you see, here you know where you are. You're in the middle of the city, and you see the traffic. And he watched me and said, no, it's not my fault. No. He said, no. He said, I'm not blaming the traffic. I'm praising the traffic. I think it's part of the story. In the same time, you have this connection to the city, but you just walk down, and you are in the most precious place to listen to music. And you go up, and you are in the exhibition space.
It becomes an oasis in a busy metropolis. What is so gratifying is we have services for the public, for music, for education, for storage, the reading room, the conservation studio, the different historic spaces, good quarters for staff, visiting scholars, fellows. And what is remarkable is that each of these buildings you've given life to.
It's like a little town.
Yes.
Like a center of a little town. And so it was that, but it was also about urban life. It's about complexity, about stratifying. This is the secret of historical city.
Well, we were saying before that, in a way, the solutions were something akin to growing new buildings in a European city, because you have existing parameters.
Yeah.
You have respect for different periods. Yes.
And beauty sometimes is coming from this complexity, from putting diversity together to add something without destroying everything else.
As we sit and talk and people are beginning to come in, you are enveloped in light. And when you're in a place which looks after books, manuscripts, rare drawings, photography, all works on paper, they can only be in the light occasionally. So that must have been the big challenge.
I love to work with light. In this building, we got to be able to move from light to shadow, from shadow to light. And the book, of course, are in the shadow.
Yes.
They are in the safest place in the world.
Yes.
And they're safe. humidity, temperature, light, they are there forever.
We're so happy about the way that the restoration allowed you to see the skin of the old buildings, the stone.
It's a gesture of generosity to the past, to love the old stone. So the way with the new building we touch the old is very gentle, very gentle. You don't do this. You do this.
Yeah.
You get close. You don't feel ashamed by doing this because you are what you are. But at the same time, you respect what is there. And this combination, this diversity, is the essence of historical cities.
10 years, and you've visited New York, obviously often with many tremendous projects. How is your infant walking now?
This is what you do as an architect. You create place for people. And then you are always enjoying to go back and to see people using the building. And actually, beauty changed the world. One person by time, but it can change the world. So you feel that this is a little thing, but it's a little thing that will remain here for centuries.
People just are embraced by light, welcome, and it sets a sort of level of enchantment